Hi guys, welcome to Social Circle, where the conversations are real, raw, and a little bit rebellious. Hi, I'm Shashank.
Hi, I'm Anubha, and today we are going to be talking about something very exciting. So, there's a new reality show which has been making the waves called Pitch to Get Rich. We have two wonderful friends who are part of that show, and we were part of Shark Tank. So, we have a great discussion today, pitching these two shows together, what worked out, what did not.
This is Shrey, founder of a very cool menswear brand, Philocaly, which I personally love a lot. And this is Abhishek, founder of dmodot, the fastest growing footwear brand in India. I really want to know that where are you coming from? I really want to know the core story of yours, that how did you come up with this idea, and when did you start and how did you start? What happened actually?
I think Philocaly was a product of a real world problem. I think it was 2014-15. I had just moved back. I had just left my job, and I knew that I wanted to start a menswear brand because my education was in fashion, but I didn't know what kind. And it was one of my closest friends' wedding. So I went to the market and I went to the usual suspects, the stores, the brands. And I couldn't find anything that went with my aesthetic, which is minimal, which is classic. I want things that are versatile. I wanted to buy things that I could re-wear again. And I could not find anything. Either everything was too blingy or too drab. And the solution was I went to a fabric store, bought fabric, went to a tailoring store, literally drew out the sketch, told them this is what I want, and they stitched it for me. And the whole process was harrowing. And I was like, this can't be the solution. I can't be the only unicorn in the world who wants these kind of clothes. And now I know all my friends, all boys, men that I know and I've grown up, they all want that. And I knew this was a genuine problem, and I wanted to start a brand that sort of filled that gap where minimal menswear, classic fits, good good fabric was easily available at an affordable price point without, you having to go through hoops of buying fabric, designing it yourself, styling it yourself, giving it to the tailor, then going for 2-3 rounds of fitting and still not getting the right product. So Philocaly is a product of that. And growing up during education, during my first job, I was super inspired by this brand called Paul Smith. It's a UK-based brand. I had the opportunity to work there, and that's where, again, it sort of solidified my idea or the kind of brand that I wanted to create. And that's what Philocaly is, essentially.
And when did you start?
I started in 2016 November, so 2017 essentially, 2016-17, and we started out as a traveling tailor. I personally used to go to all my dad's friends' houses, my friends' houses, pick up their orders, get them stitched, go back to their house and get them fitted, and then finally deliver.
I like this name, Traveling Tailor.
Yeah, so that is what I was. I was a traveling tailor. That's how the brand started. And then that community grew, and they demanded that we have a larger portfolio to offer to them. And they said that can only happen if you're in a physical space. So 2017 and 2018 we set up our first store. That's how Philocaly started. One online store. Next year we added our first franchise in Guwahati, which was nobody was there. None of the menswear brands had tapped that market. Northeast was completely underserviced. And when I got that opportunity, I was like, this is something that I really want to do.
And this is post 2017.
Yes, this is 2000. So 2018 was Delhi store, and 2018-19 was the first franchise store that was in Guwahati. Incidentally, as I've said on the show as well, that most of my franchise partners are my customers. Traditionally, we were taught, at least I was taught, and my experience in the industry was that bespoke menswear is not scalable. I mean, the biggest of the names, not just in India, but everywhere, you'll see have a single store model. The biggest names, people who've been fourth generation master cutters and bespoke artists, even Savile Row, like Richard Anderson. Richard Anderson is a 140-year-old brand, still only in Savile Row. It's not like you can go anywhere outside of Savile Row to find it. Not even in London they have another this thing.
No, I didn't realize that.
So it's like that's what our experience is, and that's what my sort of interaction with people taught me, that it's unscalable. And I said, why? Like,
because the demand is very much there.
The curiosity is what fueled me to build a system where I could scale a bespoke menswear brand to like now 8 cities, hopefully the 9th one. And so I took it upon myself that it was a challenge for me, that I cannot believe that it is not scalable. No business is unscalable until somebody actually breaks the mold and breaks the traditional way of doing the business. And Guwahati gave us that chance to sort of break that mold, come out of that shackles and try and create a proof of concept where I can give the same experience, same product, same fit, same offering across the cities, even though bespoke is very personal.
So
Very
that was
nice,
your
huh?
first franchisee store?
Yeah,
And now
Guwahati
how many
was
stores do you have?
Now we have 8. We've just recently closed the 9th one in Bangalore. I
Wow.
came back from Bangalore last night. So
lovely.
yeah, so 9th and
So
then
9 years of business and 9 store.
yes, 9 stores.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think he's going to pick up pace now because 100 years, 100 stores can't be true. He won't be living to see 100 stores.
Yeah.
Now it has to increase in multiples of
Yes, now we have to sort of pick up the pace.
Let's start with your journey now.
So, unlike Shrey, mine has been really different.
Now don't say you was 2 days.
No, I was. Shrey had clarity. I had utter sense of no clarity. I was like, and I think I was very, I still don't have a lot of clarity, to be honest. I'm always trying to figure out what's next, what's happening. Like, if you ask me what's the clear vision for the next 5 years, probably I can tell you what's the clear vision for the next 1 month, and I'll be focusing on that. But how did it start? So yeah, I'm not from the field. I did engineering from Pune. The only thing that connects me to shoes is my city, Agra. I was born and brought up in Agra. So, yeah, I mean, Agra mein every second person is either trading in shoes or manufacturing shoes. But my family had no experience of that. So, yeah, I took the basic normal road that every guy who I think has done schooling in PCM, अगर आपने physics,
Yes,
chemistry,
of
maths
course.
किया है, the only road less traveled is engineering. And yeah, I completed my engineering in 4 years. And while I was in Pune, I realized that I had never bought shoes while I was in
This
Agra.
was 2000?
2000. I was in Pune from 2007 to 11.
11.
I did engineering 7 to 11. And when I was in Pune, I realized that everyone around me was from Delhi, Bombay, Indore, and I saw them talking about shoes and how expensive shoes were. And I was like, shoes
In
are not-
2011.
Yeah,
Wow.
7 to 11, yeah. So I was like, shoes are not expensive at all. I used to just call my friends in Agra, call for a pair. They used to come to me for like
That's
300 bucks
Zado,
of courier. And the price is factory price. I'm like, shoes too. I mean, I don't ever think about shoes. Why are they thinking so much? And when they saw my shoes, they were like, oh, you have great shoes. Where do you get it from? I was like, I call my friends, I tell them what I need, and they make it for me. And they were quite surprised. Like, ऐसा भी होता है क्या?
Of course.
And
Shoes में तो एकदम customization was like we're not used
Yeah.
to it at all. That's
so they
that's
were
not
like,
a
ऐसा भी
chapter we
होता है? I
know.
was like, हाँ होता है. They were like, ठीक है, हमारे लिए भी करवा दे. And I was like, ठीक है, आपके लिए भी करवा देता हूँ. So I started doing it for friends, and at that point I had none of this thought. I was still doing engineering,
No
still
clarity.
trying to figure out.
No clarity.
Still trying to figure out what do I need to do next. Cut to after completing my engineering, I went to Agra, and in Agra I joined a family business that was of construction, and I don't know, again no clarity. I didn't know why was I in Agra and why was I handling this big site where I had to talk to all the laborers and everyone on a daily basis, where the chief engineer is abusing the labor is abusing the chief engineer, and then I'm
Everybody is
sitting there,
abusing him.
no one's abusing
Project
me because
to
I'm
him.
just trying to figure out. And
I'm joking.
And meanwhile, while I was figuring all of this out, I realized जब तक ये चल रहा है तो चलता रहेगा. I need to make some money on the side. So I started going to the factory outlets. Agra has a lot of factory outlets. So I started going to the factory outlets. I started clicking pictures of shoes, and I had already made like a network of people while I was in Pune who were buying shoes from me, right? Who I was getting shoes for. So तब होता था BBM होता था. तब WhatsApp नहीं होता था, ईमेल पे
BBM,
इतनी बड़ी फाइल नहीं जा सकती थी, BBM होता था और BBM के वो लिमिटेड कॉन्टैक्ट्स होते थे आपके, UPI भी नहीं होता था, ना UPI ना बैंक, सिर्फ बैंक ट्रांसफर एंड BBM. So these were the two things that I was really dependent on. Those were my
Go-to channels,
Sales channels.
So I used to go to factory outlets, click pictures, send it to people. People used to like it. Deposit money in my account. Once the money reflected on the passbook, I used to buy it and send it to them. So this happened for like 6-8 months. 6-8 months this happened, and I made say around 40 odd thousand rupees a month. That's when I realized, oh wow, people are buying shoes. Let's just start a brand. Because that's when I realized that, see, in Agra, what I saw was Agra was making for the biggest of brands, right? A Superdry, Ben Sherman, Penguin, ASOS,
Everyone is
Bershka.
buying from Agra.
Everything is being made in Agra in the factories that make for us. Okay, so I used to go to the factories and I used to see all these boxes lying of Superdry with the label that was priced in euros. I was like, oh my god, this is made in Agra, priced in euros and then shipped to Europe, and then it comes back to India, and then people are buying it in India for like 10x the price, right? That's when I realized, and all the Indian homegrown brands didn't have that sense of design or sensibility. I think they were all either very broad, bulky, pointy. I mean, nothing that I would like.
Fair enough.
So I thought there's a gap in the market, and there is a brand that can survive here. So I took that plunge and I ordered the first 500 pairs for dmodot.
And designs you had completely
Yeah,
made
so
already.
I went to the factories, I sat with the designers, in-house designers. I had a sense of understanding of what shapes will do, what colors will do. Okay, I want this pattern, this silhouette. So it was 5 designs, 100 pairs per color per design. I got 500 pairs. In fact, today also, if I ask you to give me 5 footwear brands, homegrown footwear brands who are doing good shoes, it will not be on top of your head. It will only be international brands.
No,
So-
it's not on top. No.
Yeah. So I got the first 500 pairs, connected the name to an Italian name because shoes and Italy, they go together. And the day 500 pairs came in and I tried to sell them, I had no customers. Zero. All the people I was selling shoes to, they were like, now it's your brand, so gift it to us. We will tell it to people that my friend has opened up a brand and we will sell it for you. Manika. Shit, now I'm in a new problem again. So that's when I actually put everything in my Agra house, 500 pairs, got some like 50 odd pairs in my car, and I shifted to Delhi. And that's where my journey from selling from the boot of the car actually started, where I
You actually sold from your boot of the car?
So I came to Delhi, and there was so social horse cars was the place.
Yeah.
So
I think that's
used to
the
be
emerging place for so many people as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So,
So,
like,
I
so
had
many
only
people
two
started
friends.
their business
When I
from-
shifted to Delhi, I had only 2 friends, and I mean, I didn't know what to do with all the inventory I had. And Agra, mein, there are no customers. Agra, mein, everyone's making shoes. No one is buying shoes.
There are products that
Yeah,
interests them.
So I was like, okay, let's go to Delhi and figure out because Delhi is the place where people actually understand the design, they understand quality, they understand what I was trying to actually do. And social was at that point the place for all creators, all budding entrepreneurs. All thanks to Riaz that he opened up that place, and social came into existence. So I started going to social, and so I used to go to social and then spend my entire days there. And everyone was working on like different things. Someone has a digital marketing company. So Gupta was also working at the same time there. He was running Boat. I was running DMO. Then there was this my friend Nav Chatterjee who was running Lazy 8 Design. So came to social. Then I had people used to ask. So the only introduction was the first question that used to come in social was, so what do you do? Right? And then I used to tell people, oh, I make shoes. And everyone used to get excited, like, oh, shoes, wow, where can I see them? I was like, in my car. Yeah, that's how I used to take them to the parking lot and ask them their size, put the box, lids and ask them to try the size then and there. And like start selling there. So yeah, so it started from there where I started selling.
How long did it take
3
you
shoes
to-
and I think those 500 pairs took me the longest time to sell, to be honest. I think it took me almost a year and a half to sell that, because before selling I had to also tell people what I am doing, and they had to understand the brand, they had to understand the quality, they had to understand the whole I had no idea about what brand building is.
The
I had
first
no
100
idea
customers
about-
are the most difficult.
Yeah, what customer experiences. I was just a boy trying to sell good shoes. और उसके आगे का और पीछे का मुझे कोई कहानी नहीं पता था. I think that is what I learned over the last 7 years, that making a brand is not just having a good product and selling it.
Yeah.
It
The
is
whole
about
thing, huh?
the right story, the right customer experience, the right approach, the right communication, the right channels, the right CAC, the right stores. So, and trust me, it's never right. It is always
Work in progress.
It is
100%.
always work
Yeah,
in progress.
yeah.
I mean, if you think you've got the best product, the right communication, the right people, something's going
In
to get
2
fucked
months,
up.
you'll be like,
And you'll be
"Kya
like, oh,
kiya?
nothing is
Kya
working.
kiya?"
You'll have to throw that strategy into the dustbin and
Yeah.
think again.
Come up
Yeah.
So I
with
think
something.
that's what I am constantly doing. I'm sure that's what Shrey is also constantly doing.
So now what's the scale?
So from selling that 500 pairs in 1.5 years, now we are doing like, say, like almost 1,000 pairs a month.
And you have how many stores?
Right now we have only one
You
store.
have
We
one
opened up our first store 2 years ago. That is when people started barging into our office. They googled our location and they started barging into our office, and then we were just working on dispatching online orders.
So I
and then we
just-
see someone coming. I was like, oh. So I used to tell my operations people to please, please. They used to sit in my cabin. I had to stop working at that point. I had to show them shoes. So we thought.
So
that
in terms of the brand, like from selling shoes from your car to then you went to your website, then you went to marketplaces, and then like I just want to understand the.
So basically, when I was selling through the boot of the car, I didn't have a website, but I listed those 5 products on Amazon and Snapdeal.
Okay.
And that also has a very interesting story. So all the inventory was in Agra, right? And I was in Delhi, and Agra mein I only had my mom and dad. I had no help in Agra. So whenever an order used to come in on Amazon or Snapdeal, I used to send a label to my mom, and then my mom used to go to the storeroom, get out a shoe, pack it, label it, and then so my mom and dad, both of them were helping me, and I had to schedule a delivery, and then the delivery guy used to come. But that was the good part, right? I mean,
Are you still selling on marketplaces?
Yeah, we are selling, but we've changed the marketplaces now. They are better marketplaces.
Of course.
So this was all good, right? Everyone was very motivated in doing all of that. The problem was because Amazon and Snapdeal, they had a big return rate, right? And so my mom used to pack all the shoes with so much love, right? And every time a shoe used to come back, the box was all broken, the shoes were all bruised. And every time my mom used to receive a box in return, my mom used to call me and like, "बेटा आप ये क्या कर रहे हो? ये तो जाते हैं और वापस आ जाते हैं और इतनी गंदी हालत में वापस आते हैं. बेटा आप क्या कर रहे हो? क्यों कर रहे हो? आप सही तो कर रहे हो ना?" And then I used to tell my mom, "Don't worry, it's all going to fare out. ये होता है, it's a part of the business. You don't worry. We'll pack it in a new box and send it to a new customer. It's all a part of business." And then after a point, I think by 2016 we took up an office in Delhi, a small office. By then we also opened up our website and we shifted all the inventory to Shapurjat, New Delhi. That was our first office in 2016 under the same old name.
And the store came in
2023. So then we operated 6 years. We operated online, and then 2 years
from your own website.
COVID
majorly.
only hit 2 years. तो कोई कुछ ही नहीं कर पाया. 1.5, 2 years. So now COVID was another problem. We were sitting on like so before COVID we were selling like crazy, okay, and suddenly COVID hit and everyone stopped shopping. And just before COVID, that was March, I had ordered a consignment of 3,000 pairs, which landed in my warehouse on 15th March.
Oh no.
And 21st March is when.
Yeah,
Second was
22nd
lockdown.
lockdown.
COVID was like this.
And then I'm like, oh my god, now I have to pay my vendors. I mean, because everyone is working for money and everyone's in a bad situation, right? I know, I mean, how. I think you also
Same,
be
yeah.
sustained, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how my journey started from the boot of the car. Before the boot of the car, it was all on BBM and
Very, very nice, very
Messenger.
interesting, empowering.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the name?
Always knew that wanted to create beautiful menswear pieces. But what is beauty? Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, right? So you don't know what is beautiful for you and what is beautiful for you and what is beautiful for me. But for me, beautiful meant minimal. So the word Philocaly means love of all things beautiful.
Very nice.
So that's where So the inspiration was to create beautiful minimal pieces which you can reuse again and again, which is versatile. You can only reuse things that are beautiful. If it's a fad or if it's something that is trending today, you will not pick it up and wear it 5 years later or 3 years later, because the fashion trends would have changed, things would have changed. But something that's beautiful today has been beautiful in the 60s, today, and will always be relevant and beautiful ahead. So it's timeless. The same piece can be styled differently if it's made with versatility. If it is made as per what is fadding today, you will not be able to style it differently. So it has to have that classic, timeless touch, and that's what Philocaly is, that's what Philocaly does, and that's where the name comes from.
Excellent.
How did Pitch to Get Rich happen?
You want to
So
take
Pitch
this?
to Get Rich.
Process.
Yeah, so Pitch to Get Rich came at a very wonderful time. I think I was definitely looking. So Shark Tank has been like there forever.
Yeah.
Like,
So did you guys apply to Shark Tank?
No, I haven't. I never wanted to go on Shark Tank because I thought 10 minutes of that pitch will never do justice to my business. Because I have seen so many people talking and saying so many bad things about Shark Tank, and this is not like people who are not a part of it. I'm sure you guys have had a great experience, and your pitch was lovely, beautiful, touch wood, and I'm sure you must have got like the kind of traction you had. But I've seen other brands also who've pitched really well and have tried to make their case well and didn't have a good experience.
So it's really like in that I would say, so what you're saying about Shark Tank is absolutely correct. It is very judgmental, it is very opinionated, it is very strong opinion sitting,
Correct.
and they're absolutely out there to give their opinion to you.
Correct.
Without coding it even a little bit. But I feel the whole magic of Shark Tank lies in the editing. I have to absolutely say this.
Absolutely.
So we were in the pitch, we were in the tank for about an hour and a half.
So like,
we only see a
it's
20
not
minute
20
pitch,
minute
right?
pitch, yeah.
It's hour and a half or 2 hours, like, depending on the person.
But I'm not worried about that. Of course, it has to be there. But that 10-minute content can go either way.
Absolutely, and we were so afraid because we did so we also did not receive an offer for funding, correct? So our pitch was okay, it was all right, and absolutely, as you said, our industry is so the sharks, we know 2-3 of them only do B2C.
Yeah.
We are aware,
And also
what
the industry
they
is
are.
relatively new for anyone in India.
So we were okay, we were okay with it, but we were but traditionally we didn't make a successful pitch. If you don't walk away with an offer, you have not made a successful pitch, right? So those 3, 4, 5 months that we are waiting for our show to come, so we're also very nervous because it can be making or breaking. Forget the business. For founders, personally, it can be totally shattering.
Yeah.
If they
It can
show
be
that
really
aspect,
demotivating,
of that, and as you are saying, maybe we're talking about some common pitches which we've seen really good businesses being criticized for no reason whatsoever. So yes, that is a very, very vis-a-vis. I think the format that Pitch to Get Rich had a longer engagement. We got to see the founders over a extended period of time. So that a chance of going wrong was not that much there.
I think for me it was just the fact that I am an introvert. I could never imagine myself on TV. So being on Pitch to Get Rich was also like a huge personal victory for me, because the way we are sitting and having this conversation, I'd be a nervous wreck if I had to do this pre-Pitch to Get Rich. So I was
that much of a
So
if it was pre-pitch to get rich, you wouldn't have been here.
yeah, I mean for any other reason, maybe if I'm a 100 crore brand, then I might be, right, even without Pitch to Get Rich. But
so I wanna because it's still a new platform, season 1. Correct?
yes, season 1.
So
Yes.
what is the whole what is the
Procedure.
process?
So basically-
what is it?
So,
Shark Tank now we're familiar with.
Yeah.
And we have
So
discussed it in a
we
previous.
discussed it,
a
huh?
simple process. Basically, so because it was a new IP altogether, so they were floating ads about people can apply.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we came across,
Yeah, you can apply online.
Only for fashion.
Yeah. So
Yes,
it was a
fashion tech, fashion auxiliary industries like
Anything
footwear,
related to
So
fashion.
this
Yeah,
season-
but they're also adding lifestyle. So what we hear is they're wanting to do, because makeup and cosmetics and jewelry is so basically the ambit would be fashion and lifestyle.
Okay.
So,
You know?
when I saw the
So then they've started advertisement. Okay.
Yeah.
They
So when I
decided to
saw
do
the
so.
ad of it, I was like, oh, and it was like a Dharma X FEF. So I thought, oh wow, and I always wanted to be on TV.
Yeah.
I think we are very different when it
Yeah.
comes to that.
Yeah.
We applied. Luckily, I had prepared a pitch deck before that, because I was trying to raise funding, and then this opportunity came up, and then I applied. When I applied, they asked me for a pitch deck. I sent them a pitch deck, which was all like fancy, decorated pitch deck that we had prepared. Luckily, thank God, I had it like handy. So I just changed some, updated it to the new numbers and everything, and I sent it. So I think my pitch deck really did the magic for me, because it was so
Well articulated.
And so perfectly made. Is when I sent it to them, and they were like, okay, then.
I think it's fashion and lifestyle, so they have to look at aesthetic.
When me and Shrey also got in touch, and then that's when we discussed. Shrey was like, oh, I've also applied. And then I asked him, did you send them the pitch deck? So like, I don't have a pitch deck.
I never had a pitch deck.
I'll send you my pitch deck, you see my pitch deck, and then you figure out yours.
But then what made you apply? He wanted to be on TV.
We wanted funding.
We wanted funding.
Yeah.
We were looking, so we've been cash flow positive, EBITDA positive from day one, like first year of operation. So because that is the ethos that I have, that you know, अगर धंधा पैसा नहीं बना रहा है तो वो धंधा नहीं है, वो एक idea है या फिर एक वो you know it's in process है, तो धंधे को पैसा तो बनाना जरूरी है. So that was my first like prerequisite when I started business, and that's where I sort of grew it. So eventually we realized that in order for us to grow exponentially, to go from 9 stores in 9 years to ultimately 20 stores in the 10th year, if I have to do that, I will have to bring in some outside capital. And that's where the problem statement started to solve itself. We got a few offers from the market very organically, where people who had shopped from our different stores just started sending us emails that, you know, if you're looking for funding, do let us know. And somehow it coincided with Pitch to Get Rich and FEF coming up with this platform. So I anyway had to make a pitch deck, and I knew that he had been trying to raise for a year or two, because we were talking all the time, and we had started discussing it. In fact, he had only initially told me that why don't you go and look for outside capital. I was always a little on the edge of that, because I was like, giving away control of the brand, creative differences can, you know, make or break the brand aesthetics. They want me to do more commercial stuff or whatever. So all of those sort of, you know, apprehensions. And then, so FEF, Pitch to Get Rich, and then a few outside offers. All of it coincided in a manner of, I would like to say, 3 months. 90 days, all of this happened, and I said, okay, this is universe just pointing me in the direction that I got to fight my fears now, and like, in order to scale this to new heights, I have to do this. And that's when I saw his pitch deck, and then I got inspired, and then I made it the way I made it. And in fact, when Dharma saw the pitch deck, this was so
what is the timeline? So Pitch to Get Rich aired about a month ago?
Yes.
So I
Shot about 10 months ago.
So it
10
aired,
months ago.
No, it
10 months.
aired in, we are sitting in November.
20th October. 20th October.
Shot in January.
Shot in December.
Last December.
Last
a year
December,
ago.
24.
Exactly a year ago.
Yes.
time to edit.
And you applied?
It's funny.
April 24.
I applied
Full
in
2-year journey.
Yeah.
18
This
months.
was a 2 years
So for
journey.
us, it was a 11-month journey.
Okay.
From application to air. Shark Tank is 11 months, 10 to 11
For
months.
us, it
I
would
think
not
because
really be 1.5 years is what I would say.
April-
But
I applied in April of 24, I remember. April, May. They got in touch with me June.
we applied in June. June we sent the pitch deck, and then July I was in US.
April, June, it's okay.
Then same thing.
So 15 months, full cycle.
15 months,
but I'm
yeah,
guessing
15
when they,
months.
like if they start doing seasons, so then they'll figure
No,
out
no,
days
now
or
they've,
whatever.
now, yeah,
Now
it's,
they'll pace it up.
Yeah.
The
The
first
first
thing.
one is
Also,
always,
first time
first
they
one is
didn't
always
like,
longer.
they were building their own teams, because this is their first venture into fashion, and fashion is a very different ball game when it comes to anything that's more tech related, because you have comparative analysis with tech. Okay, if this like similar kind of tech is available in the market, so you can base your judgment on the numbers basis what is available in the market. With fashion and lifestyle, a menswear brand is there in the market. There is no there is no proof of concept that because a menswear market is there, a menswear brand will do a similar trajectory. It could go up, down, flat, in circles, or stagnant, irrespective. So it was very, very subjective.
Team plays a major role.
But also the platform that they're building, like Shark Tank is quite like, of course the selection and all of there, but you guys had like challenges and a very long exposure,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like we were there for 1.5 hours, you know, like
We were there for 60 days.
I was there for 40. I was there because I did all 8 episodes. I was there from around 55.
Yeah.
So what is the
55.
format? So what is those 60 days like? So what is that? So you get in, you have applied, now you're part
Yeah.
of the 12 people they...
14 brands,
So
yes.
we applied, we went through a lot of
Due
rounds.
diligence, yeah. Our due diligence for 3 months. The FEF team went back and forth in terms of conversations with us, and then, which we were not aware of, the Dharma team came into the picture. Now, the funny part is that FEF is looking at your numbers, is looking at your brand, is looking
What
at
is
what
FEF?
FEF is
Fashion
Fashion
Entrepreneur
Entrepreneur Fund, whose brainchild is Pitch to Get Rich. It's a fund that is being built to fund and empower fashion and auxiliary related industry brands. It's by Mr. Sanjay Nigam, who's the visionary behind Fashion Entrepreneur Fund. It's backed by investors like Mr. Karan Johar, Akshay Kumar, Mr. Ravi Jaipuria, Naveen Jindal, Vagesh Pathak. These are some of the people who are part of the fund, amongst other.
Contributing to the fund.
Yes, contributing to the fund. And so the fund essentially is like any other fund, is looking at numbers, looking at the brand, looking at the number of outlets and website. Dharma is looking at how are you looking? Are you an affable personality? Yeah. Are you a 360-degree personality? What do you bring to the table as a founder, not just as a brand? Great, you built a great brand, but if the founder is, let's say, not to put it crassly, boring, they don't want you. If the founder is cannot articulate well, they don't want
We
you.
never know. I don't know.
I feel that would be
they
the
had
case.
people who were boring. They had people.
So
I don't think
chatting
anybody
to
was
both of you.
boring.
Boring, don't let me know. So but did you
definitely-
feel that they
Nobody
made
can be
you...
more entertaining like you.
But did you
So there is no comparison.
But did you feel they made you do something like, you know, like, अरे ये क्यों करा रहे हैं हमसे? Like in the selection procedure, कि ऐसी क्यों वीडियो बनवा
नहीं.
रहे हैं?
Yeah. I mean, generally, so they asked us to like shoot a video of explaining our brand, like, and then it had, and so we were also doing it.
Like
for
कपड़े
first-
पहन के दिखाओ ऐसे कर.
नहीं.
Like in Shark Tank, we had a massive fashion show that they asked us to do.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you. So,
tell me about this. I'm very curious.
The
ये-
team is so important. That Shark Tank team is very thorough. Right? They're
Because
thorough with
they've done
every.
it multiple
They've
seasons,
done it
right?
multiple seasons, right? So now, because they're not coming from the fashion background, so what they want you to do is that basically carry your wardrobe with you. So like 5 sets of each, like 5 different sets of different types of clothing which can look better on you. And they're not gonna just check pictures. They want you to bring it physically and they
वो तो
want to
हमारे
check
भी
it out.
Yeah, वो तो
exactly.
And photos be and lots of options.
So
एक
we
formal
did all
option.
of
मतलब
that.
I thought that the wardrobe was quite demanding. You know, like
And
the
I think-
requirement.
yeah.
I'm not
You
sure
won't
that we
believe
still
I
got it
had
right.
to go
huh?
and he तो runs a clothing brand, so it was not a problem for him. I was like, Shrey, मेरे कपड़े खत्म हो गए. मुझे कपड़े खत्म हो गए. It was like जूते वाला. जैसे ये बोला मेरे पास तो जूते ही नहीं बने. लेकिन जूते नहीं है तेरे पास. What the fuck? And I was like, Shrey, मेरे को कपड़े खरीदने पड़ेंगे जाके. Like कपड़े खरीदने पड़ेंगे.
तो ये क्या
तू
बात
ले लेगा
है?
Philocaly का कुछ. Like तू सब कुछ अपने साइज का लाया है. मुझे कुछ फिट नहीं आ रहा. जो तू लेके आया वो सब तू पहन चुका है. Now I can't be like कि ओ ये तो सेकंड एपिसोड में श्रेय ने पहना था, अब अभिषेक ने पहन लिया. So I can't
So
be like
वहाँ
that.
पे ऐसा नहीं था. वहाँ पे जो हमने भेज दी ना pictures, you can only bring those. We can't add anything new.
Because it was only one day, na?
It was one day.
So it was
we
5
had
days.
we had to send 18
Looks.
18 looks.
Wow.
18 looks.
18 looks because each episode, and this was originally 18 looks. When we got to the show, that 18 became 36.
Oh wow.
Because what they didn't realize was they didn't want to give the same piece of clothing for the bites, or they didn't want to give the same piece of clothing for the prep room, because they, like, the way it is
My
shot
God.
is like each
My
episode.
God.
Yeah.
It was
36
insane.
pairs of clothing.
And
I think
you-
like
and
anybody's
On your
wardrobe
own
will struggle
expense?
with
Of
this.
course,
Yes,
on your own expense.
on our own expense.
That's
This is
quite
for me.
That's important information, yeah.
Very
because that
important
means it's
info.
quite a commitment from the founder. Like,
And
अच्छा खासा खर्चा है ये तो.
even
हाँ,
then,
जिनका clothing
technically
brand
it could be
नहीं है.
technically it could would be rejected.
हाँ लेकिन वो fashion वालों का clothing brand
Okay,
होगा
so
ना?
I want to know the ratio. How many founders were selected on the show? And how many got funded?
So there were 25,000 applicants.
Out of which 14 were chosen,
Okay.
and all of the brands were funded.
Okay.
So the concept of the show is positive elimination. Like how at Shark Tank it's just elimination, or usually it's negative elimination. If you end up last in a reality show or whatever, you get eliminated. Here it's positive elimination. You pick up funding and then you go home. Not the other way around.
But depends at what stage. will
Depends
you pick
on
up
what
funding
you
and
stage,
How
yeah.
Okay,
impressed
and-
the angels are at what point.
But
will you
everybody
are
will
they
walk
fully-
away with something.
With something.
I mean,
At least
depends.
that's
You
what
might
the
get-
first season is
you
about.
might get what you're asking for. You might get more than what you're asking for. You might get half of what you're asking for. And it's your choice whether you want to take it or
Yeah,
not.
you can reject it. The founder can
You will
reject it.
receive an offer. To take that offer, not to take that offer
Is
is your
up to
choice.
you. Yeah.
So that they had this ticking thing, 40 crore rupees.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that's
40.
what they're minusing from.
Yes,
ये
that's
हमने
what.
दे दिया, ये हमने
Yeah,
दे दिया.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and then you keep walking.
Was there anyone who shooted with you but didn't got aired? Something like that? No.
No. Everybody got aired. The concept of the show is that in the first episode, all 14 brands are featured, and then you'll see them become from 14 to 13 to 11 to 10 to 9, and eventually like maybe
So the
4,
ones
5.
that last, are the last have walked away with the maximum funding?
No, there's no.
Nothing like
yeah,
that.
nothing like that.
Not
There was
okay.
enough fun.
It's completely up to your pitch. How well can you show them the different facets of the brand? I think that's what the defining factor is between Shark Tank and Pitch to Get Rich.
How much did you raise?
I raised 1 crore for 4%, so 25 crore
I
valuation.
raised 1.35 for 30%.
Yeah, so I think what the major difference between Shark Tank and Pitch to Get Rich is that Shark Tank lets you show limited facets of your business.
Yeah.
Pitch to Get Rich gives you the opportunity to show so many different facets. Numbers, your range, your product categorization, your marketing, which is so important. And for me, the most important part of marketing, which is your content, your visuals, not your performance, not how well you're able to optimize ads, which is what a Shark Tank episode will talk
Yeah.
about. It'll talk about CAC, what is your performance on Meta or Google. Here, they will talk about that, plus what is the content that you're putting out there? Is it good looking content? Is it not good looking content? Is your packaging nice? Is your packaging not nice? So there are so many facets that you have to impress the angels on, which somebody might walk out of the show with lesser than what they had intended to raise, but might get a new fan base in the market because of a singular facet that they showed. Somebody might become a fan of your packaging and be like, I will buy from them because their packaging is fantastic, or your product, or just your after sales service, so lots of different things were challenged and put to test, and you had to impress on them. And I think that is a revolutionary sort of concept.
So somebody like you said that you were very scared of camera before, right? Before the show. So when you went there for the first time, so how, basically I want to know if somebody, like how much they made you practice before pitching it to them, or
No
like,
practice.
what's-
Zero.
No
Oh,
practice.
okay.
Zero.
Just
No practice.
day one
Oh
of the
my
set.
god.
Day one
guys,
on the
that
set.
was insane.
Yeah.
Day one on the set.
On
and
the
it's
set.
on you.
Yeah.
But you know like what you need to talk about.
No.
Like
No.
I just want to know what's the information or what's the itinerary or whatever
I'll
they're giving to
take
you.
this
Yeah,
one.
you take
So
this.
the first day, the first episode, which is a 60-second pitch, everyone was asked to make a 60-second pitch, right?
That you're preparing on your own.
Of course, you have to
On
prepare
camera.
everything on your own.
We are
You're
prepping it
preparing
on camera.
You're prepping it
Because it's
also.
a live show, so
Yeah.
you guys are on. Even
Yeah.
the
They want
preparation
to-
is
It's
also
like a reality show. They want
It's a
to
reality
show
series. They want to
where
show
you
what you're-
struggle,
yeah.
what your weaknesses
What
are.
you're
So, people like him who are confident, even in practice, they are coming across confident and they're doing well and they're speaking in front of the camera. People like me who are reserved have our first 30 minutes of the prep are just prepping themselves to
I saw
come
you
to
lost your
terms.
cool in one episode.
Yes. One episode.
Let's get to the itinerary.
Yeah.
pitch, right? So we are given this first task of doing a 60-second pitch in which we have to present our brand in 60 seconds to Manish Malhotra, Malaika Arora,
Karan Johar,
Darpan,
And Dhruv.
and Manju Yagnik.
Manju,
5 people, 6 people.
6 people.
6 people, yeah. So now 60 seconds रटना पड़ेगा, right? And रटना last
time है?
रटा था, मतलब टाइम है आपके पास, that's not a problem. But last जो आपने रटा था, वो रटा था 20 साल पहले. स्कूल में. उसके बाद आपने कुछ रटा नहीं है. अब आप and आपको बताना है 60 सेकंड में क्या ही बता पाओगे. So first you have to consolidate that pitch in a manner कि 60 सेकंड में आपका सारा facet जो है बिजनेस का वो कंप्लीट हो जाए. दूसरा मेजर चैलेंज कि ये सिर्फ इंग्लिश में नहीं हो सकता, ये हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में होना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो यू हैव टू स्पीक इन. अभी हिंदी में तो कभी एक्सप्लेन ही नहीं किया अपना ब्रांड हमेशा, बिकॉज आवर ऑडियंस इज सच, लाइक द पीपल दैट वी आर टॉकिंग ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस, वी नेवर यूज्ड हिंदी वर्ड्स टू एक्सप्लेन लाइक के ये जूता है. वी ऑलवेज यूज द वर्ड शू, वी नेवर से ये जूता है या ये है, बट व्हाटएवर. 60 सेकंड्स एंड आफ्टर यू आर डन विद ऑल ऑफ दिस कि आप याद करिए, सब कर लिए, आप पहली बार अपनी लाइफ में इतने बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे चल के जा रहे हो जहां पे कम से कम 50 कैमरास लगे हुए हैं और सामने आपके बैठा हो, आपके मनीष मल्होत्रा बैठा हुआ है, मलाइका बैठी हुई है, करण जौहर बैठा हुआ है, दर्पण, and then you are walking on that stage with that 60 second clock, your heart is here, and then you are just walking कि मैं बस पहला ना भूल जाऊं, मैं पहला ना भूल. So I think the only challenge for me, that's what I told Shrey also, कि भाई कुछ भी हो जाए ना, तू पहली लाइन मत भूलना. क्योंकि तू पहली लाइन भूल गया,
momentum,
पहला लाइन भूल गया अपना तो तू गया. And so he was like, what is your trick? What is your trick? मैंने कहा Shrey, I have realized this one thing, don't forget. I think you went after me.
Yeah,
I
went
before you.
Yeah.
So I was like, Shrey, don't forget your first line until and unless, and because we are single founders and we are not dependent on someone else pitching with us, so it's a very rare chance that हम लोग गलत चले जाएंगे, और गलत भी चलेंगे तो हमें ही पता है कि गलत है. We can roll back to our thoughts.
There's no coordination,
Just
so you
don't
can manage
lose
it.
your cool. So yeah, I mean both of us had a great pitch, and of course मैं भूला था अपनी pitch में.
मैं भी भूला था, of
But
course.
मैंने वो इस तरीके से बनाई पूरी pitch on the spot कि वो भूलापन लगा नहीं. But then there were people जो 2 लोग थे, 3 लोग थे, उसमें जैसे ही एक भूला वो दूसरा भी भूल.
बिकॉज उसका फ्लो टूट गया ना, बिकॉज उसने अपने दिमाग में क्यों बनाया हुआ था कि जब ये द बोलेगा मेरे को उसके आगे से पकड़ना है, उसने वो द तक तो पहुंचा ही नहीं, वो पहले ही भूल गया. सो नाउ दे आर लाइक कंप्लीटली लॉस्ट एंड 2-3 people choked. No retakes, no redos. हाँ, no redos. 60 seconds means 60
जो लोग
seconds.
भूले उन्होंने वैसे ही दिखाया.
But what about you guys? You guys also have a pitch, right? तुम लोगों का retakes था.
So I said, we don't have a retake, but we have a good preparation. So you all have seen Shark Tank, correct?
Yeah.
So the pitch that happens, that entry pitch, so that is highly rehearsed.
Oh,
Highly rehearsed, and we would call them baby sharks. So the team is full of these baby sharks who have done this over and over. So you go with a pitch that I like to say this, and they keep working. Even till the morning before they're working at it.
I want to add something to that. Like you said, na, basically the pitch was finalized a day before. For example, tomorrow morning from 10, the shooting starts at 10 to 10, let's say. You don't know which is your slot. They're not going to tell you. But the pitch, they made us finalize 10 p.m. yesterday. Like
मतलब कुछ चेंज करते रहते हैं कि
so
एक
now
शब्द चेंज कर
again
दिया,
like you
एक
said,
लाइन चेंज
रट्टा मारना है. Now you have 12 hours कि वो रट्टा मारना है, और रात तक सुबह तुम्हारी पिच है, तो अंदर से तो पूरी हो ही जाती है कि नहीं अब.
और हमारी तो 60 seconds की थी, but
pressure.
how long is your actual pitch? Like जो वो starting
बस 60 seconds.
अच्छा, 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Okay.
Then उसके बाद you are on your own.
But रट्टा मार के भी तो भूल जाते हैं.
हाँ, बहुत लोग भूले.
आपको याद रहेगा.
But there are no retakes.
There are no retakes.
भूल गए तो भूल गए.
भूल गए तो वैसे ही दिखाते हैं.
हाँ, भूल गए तो वैसे.
और हमारी पिच किसी ने सुनी भी नहीं थी. Like how you say, na, they're baby sharks, so they're like people who are prepping you, people, professionals who know how to do this. We didn't even run it through the showrunner.
तुम्हारी cameras ने सुनी थी.
Cameras all over when we are prepping.
But nobody is giving inputs. ऐसे करो,
No
वैसे करो, you're on
inputs.
your own.
Yeah. Inputs is
Each other
founders,
only,
which I feel was another beautiful facet of the show. Was all of us became very good friends. At least most of us became very good friends. I won't stretch it to all.
I'll tell you one advantage to your show was like you got exposure of the camera before. Like for us, first time when we were facing the camera
See
was
the
front
pitch.
of see the pitch
See the
front
pitch.
of the sharks and हमने वो देखा भी नहीं था what area is that because
सेट भी नहीं दिखाते.
हाँ
You
बट
understand?
हाँ सो हमें भी वो सेट तो नहीं दिखाया था जहाँ पे हम पिच कर रहे थे बट जो प्रेप रूम था हमारे जहाँ पे हम लोग को प्रेप करने के लिए दे हैड लेफ्ट अस एंड वेयर वी वर प्रेपिंग इट वहाँ पे द कैमरा इज लाइक हाउ इट्स हियर राइट you are doing your thing and there are
just cameras around.
Hovering. There's like no direction or nothing coming from any of the showrunners or any of the ADs or anything at all, and you're doing your thing. So you are on camera but you are doing your own thing. So it's like that. Yeah.
So, but of course, I think there are very, very different formats.
Very different
Shark Tank and
formats,
this
yes.
one,
But very interesting. So what
Yeah.
I saw the first day, okay, तुमने pitch किया and then you were there for 45 days. In between, I saw in your show that you took a private jet.
What was all of that?
What, I mean, that is so glamorous. Like
Yeah.
if you're going
Full
to
fun,
a show,
full
Yeah.
Dharma
like,
style.
Dharma style, and the way we were treated, the like that's something that I want to bring out. I don't know how it happens at Shark Tank or other shows, but the way we were treated by the Dharma team, by the FEF team, we were the real stars of the show. We had our own vanity vans, we had our own makeup rooms, and we had like
Wow,
people asking like there was proper food
no.
and
Full
everything.
pampering,
Full pampering, full like full serviced vanity, like a full vanity for us. It was-
you don't get even food on time on Shark Tank. You're on your own, like honestly.
yeah, you're
I
on your
wouldn't
own.
say that much. It's not great food, but they do their
What
bare
I'm-
minimum.
No, what I'm trying
It's
to
a
say
bare
is
minimum
no.
type
I'll tell you.
service,
I'll tell you. If you have your shoot today from 10 to 10, right, and there are 3-4 slots in between. So now the shoot location is different, and this vanity we don't have a vanity vans or something, but we have a room where every participant is and there is food, right? So both the locations are different, and once you are in the shoot area, you can't go down. You can't go back.
Go
to that
back to
room,
the-
right? So basically, it's not especially in that term that you're not. You understand that when you're shooting, you need to be fed well and you need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
These things I think matters a lot. They should consider it. I feel like
Yeah, definitely. I think that was one of the like we were very pleasantly surprised when we got to the set the first day of the shoot and we were briefed and there were like 14 or 15 vanity vans just standing there and we're like itne stars aa rahe hain kya? And then we went to those vanity
One
vans
vanity van each.
yeah.
Wow,
One
excellent.
for every
huh?
brand.
for every brand 14
nice.
Yeah,
Four. and we
I will give this to the show.
we were treated very very well and the narrative was also like that. The narrative was, guys, founders are the real deal. Celebrities are only there to see what the world sees in you, what your customers see in you, but you are the real deal, you are the stars of the show. And that I feel the way they've built the show and the kind of footage that they've given us through the challenges, you can tell that yes, we are important to the fund, we are important to the format of the show, and I feel that is something that is very refreshing. You don't see that in any of the business based or reality shows, not just in India, anywhere in the world. I don't think I've seen it even at Project Runway. Project Runway, they are treated quite badly. Not I don't know off camera, but on camera though they are
It looks
like,
quite rough.
yeah, it's quite rough on Project Runway as well.
So then, anyways, so we're still at day one. Day one is a pitch. Then
So day one was the pitch, and then
So each episode, by the way, is divided into 3 days. So one episode is 3 days of shoot, 1 day of prep, 1 day of actual pitching, and 1 day of bites
correct.
from the show, like our experiences and what our
Day
thoughts
two,
were.
new challenge. Then
New challenge, huh?
Day two, we had a fashion show.
Fashion show.
So
That's
where
the fashion
we had
show,
to showcase our range
Yeah.
and like
but I have to ask you. So did you come up with the shoes on the platter?
yeah.
Is that always how you do it? Have you done these shoes
No,
before?
so that was the concept of the fashion show.
That was the
we
concept,
came
okay.
up with, yeah. And
Specifically
we thought
for
that-
Pitch to
I
Get
think Pitch to Get Rich, because we were brainstorming on how can we show, because see, for clothing there are models. Right?
how do you showcase?
There's a
I thought
vibe
I
you
thought that
can
was very
create, but
exciting, yeah.
shoes, they're always
नीचे देखने में मजा ही नहीं है, हाँ.
Exactly. So I was like, how can we do it? How can we do it? Then we came out with the idea of that we will serve them like a dish.
Yeah. So in his,
So-
have you seen his raffles? Very innovative, huh?
So we thought that will be a good way to showcase the shoes, and then they'll be in the line of sight, and there'll be more.
It was a good
Eye
show.
level is very important.
Yeah,
It was a good show.
Huh.
So it was a nice concept that we came out with eventually, and Judy and the Angels really loved it. I think that was my first time that I went into the boardroom. I got like all 5 buzzers and
Yeah.
everyone was like,
Every time you go in the boardroom.
no, only if you get all buzzers, you go into the boardroom, and if you don't get all buzzers, then you come and pitch again.
The next challenge.
Yeah. And you can go into the boardroom twice. The second time you go into the boardroom, you have to take a deal. If you don't take the deal, then you don't get a deal.
So the third episode was customization.
So yeah, so we were given the challenge to customize a piece of clothing for Sara Ali Khan and Karan Johar, depending on which category you're in, which was again a very strong episode for me until I hit the pitch room, because pitch room mein it flipped. Karan Johar gave me 4.5 stars, and then uske baad in the pitch room it sort of went awry.
But I saw that jacket which you
Yeah.
for
Nice jacket.
Karen, was lovely, and your shoes as well.
Yeah, his shoe was a killer shoe. Yeah.
I think both of us got.
I think that got viral for you.
Yeah, I got viral for other reasons also. But
She is not aware of this,
That's fine.
the other virality.
so both of us got 4.5 stars, and the beauty of that episode was that we were just given 2 days to make that product, right? And in 2 days, one day was Sunday. So Sundays ko factories are not operating, right? So it became so difficult. We had to get everything done within 48 hours and then get it couriered by air and manage everything so that the product actually reaches us by
Yeah.
before
उसमें भी
the
3 ही
episode.
दिन थे.
2 दिन, हाँ. Every episode is 3 days, 1 day of prep, 1 day of shoot, 1 day of
And you are being told the challenge on the day
on the
one.
prep day.
On the prep day.
On the prep day, early morning, we're told the challenge. You have that entire day to prep. Next is the shoot, and then the bites and the VDs. That's it.
So that was a difficult challenge, to be honest, to like complete that product. And also when you're making for someone like Karan Johar, it has to be a completely finished product. because it's
Yeah.
going to
And
be-
packaging, you have to not just do.
Can't give the shoe.
हाँ,
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ जूता दे दिया, उसका box
Box, it has to be like everything has to be customized to Karan and Sara, right? So it was pretty intense. And
going forward, we realized इससे भी ज़्यादा intense कर देते हैं ये लोग. This was just like the skim, like just the top of the surface. Then 4th episode was sustainability.
Oh my God.
That was like a,
Tough for you.
Sustainability. So sustainability was an interesting episode because in sustainability we had to collaborate. And there were, I think 10 were left. Or
10 were left.
10 were left. So like brands had to collaborate.
From 14 to 10.
14 to 10. First 2
were left,
episodes.
and now 2 brands had to get together and create a pitch for sustainability of how. So it doesn't have to be 100% sustainable. What is your step towards sustainability?
Yeah.
I mean, when you are asked to talk about sustainability, what is your take on it, and how do you actually use sustainability as a part of your product?
But I think, was it your one of, like, especially for both of you, was it your advantage because you knew each
complete
other?
disadvantage.
no.
Advantage as a team, yes.
Advantage
Yes.
as a team
Yeah.
because I think as soon as they said that we had to collaborate, I just looked at Shrey. Shrey looked at me, and I was like,
Done.
and Shrey was like, done. And then we guys got together, and it straight down came to ideation. कि अब करेंगे क्या हम?
Why I said disadvantage was because of the challenge. Because I had 2 bad challenges. So the episode 2 and episode 3 both bombed for me. Like bombed and how. Second episode I didn't get a single buzzer. Third episode at least Karan loved my product. The angels didn't like it. That's a different thing. So I had bombed, and then they dropped this bomb on me that sustainability, and we are not sustainable. Most of my garments are made with wool, made with cotton, which are non-sustainable fabrics. They take a lot of, like, wool comes
Yeah,
from
of
sheep,
course. हाँ,
cotton takes a lot of water, and then we partnered.
And I do leather.
Mr. Leather.
But the sustainability
So we
was
were
actually
like,
tough
hey,
one, हाँ.
करेंगे तो साथ ही करेंगे, चाहे एडवांटेज हो
करें,
चाहे
हाँ.
डिसएडवांटेज हो, करेंगे तो साथ ही करेंगे. But it turned out both of us ended up in the boardroom in that episode.
But luckily, I think from day one.
What did you do?
I'll tell you. From day one, I think I had a good grip on the show. I was like very calm and composed, and I was just taking things the way they were coming. So whenever it came to communication about telling about my product or telling my story, I tried to keep it very calm, composed, and in a manner that it appeals to the angels. On the other hand, Shrey was very quick. It's like कि कुछ भी है फटाफट आंसर कर दो ये कर दो. So that's what I told him in the 4th episode. See Shrey, now since both of us are together, we have to approach this problem with a very calm, composed attitude, and I think we'll do it. And
क्या किया?
so
दो full looks बनाए थे. We made 2 fully sustainable looks top to bottom. So I did hemp bamboo linen. He did cork and bamboo linen and hemp.
upper, yeah.
Shoes से?
Shoes से.
So upper we made bamboo linen and hemp ka upper and cork ka sole.
And cork ka sole is
cork
actually-
sole is like the cork footwear.
But is it actually like
Cork sole,
alright.
rubber
Cork is
rubberized
sustainable.
cork. It is a rubberized cork.
Okay.
And with a rubber sheet. So our challenge was, our idea was that the shoes were 100% leather, right? Even if we could make it 70% sustainable, it's fine. I mean, it's a right step towards sustainability. And the challenge was not 100% sustainable. What do you do for
What is the
sustainability?
step towards sustainability? Like, what is your sort of effort towards it? That was the real pitch, and I think we weaved that very well in our story, because the fabrics that we used for those 2 looks were, fully sustainable, but they came with the same finish and the same look as I would for a linen or for a cotton. And we sort of fused our sensibility into it and built a story around it. So it worked out perfectly. Then the shoes were obviously fully like 70%, 80%
Yeah, so it had
sustainable.
like a lining of leather to make it durable, but it was all bamboo, linen, and hemp, and cork, and rubber. So the idea was very simple. So we were using a lot of plants for this, right? Because bamboo, hemp, and linen, it was all plant-based.
All plant-based,
products,
yes.
right? So what we also did was we changed our packaging to seed paper packaging. So with seed paper, the idea was that whatever trees we are using to make these products, we are eventually giving our customers an opportunity
Replant.
to replant. So with one box, you could plant 20 trees.
Wow.
So the whole story of what the act, we called it, was the balancing act, where we are taking it from the trees, making it for the customer, and giving the customer an option to plant those trees back.
Yeah.
So that was the whole circle of
Very nice.
a circular.
A lot of thinking to do
Yeah.
in that very short
And-
period of time.
and 2
production
days.
as well.
Yeah,
2
And
days.
we actually showed it on the outfits.
Yeah.
So definitely it's an expensive show to be on.
Yeah.
It is.
Like for a founder.
It is.
How much did you spend overall?
I stopped keeping a track. So I think we must have spent like, I must have spent north of like 1.5, 2 lakhs.
Yeah, around 5.5 for me. I'm
Oh, wow.
pretty sure.
That's a lot.
Because
That's a lot.
outfits.
Yeah, outfits. Obviously,
Huh.
outfits, and then he did not travel back through the duration. I traveled back 3-4 times, and I had my team going in and back and forth
every
for
day.
us
Uh-huh.
also. So my team came at least 7 times during those 45-50 days. And when I say team, my communication designer, my head product designer, my assistant designer.
So you could take when you're doing these, you could take their help.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
your whole company is working for you.
Yes,
Huh?
yes. The whole company is working.
It's the brand working.
Yeah, it's the brand working, because that's what they want to show. Like, it's not just the founder working, right? It's the whole machinery. And the beauty of the show was they were showing all of that machinery working to create this one outfit. How many people came together to make this a success. So that was another, I think, beautiful part of the concept of the show.
And then in this sustainability challenge, the angels were so impressed that both of us got all buzzers.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Despite being
So then what
completely
happens when you go to the boardroom?
negotiate
Negotiate.
So they negotiate on your deal.
on our deal. Yes,
Okay.
they
But
give
you
you.
guys didn't take that deal.
No, no, none of us took.
You went ahead and waited for a better deal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, they didn't even give me a deal. Like they were not convinced with the numbers that I was presenting to them. So they said that we need more data. So they literally gave me a homework, said कि जाओ ये इतना data ये लेकर आओ जो तुम्हारे पास अभी नहीं है, so that we can see you in the next pitch, which was fair.
But this is very good. I think they are giving a chance to for an
Yeah,
entrepreneur to
yeah.
get back to.
See, I think like vis-a-vis, of course, when we talk about Shark Tank and Pitch to Get Rich, it's 14 founders. They have dedicated 8 days, and everybody is walking out with some commitment. See,
Yeah.
that you guys are nobody's walking out empty-handed. Some offer will be given.
Yeah.
So like that. But then Shark Tank is obviously much bigger platform. This is quite exclusive in that front. It's also asking you to invest that much time. 2 months you guys have been there. You've invested some money from your own. Like Shark Tank in general is a much bigger platform.
Acha, tell me something like how they gave me time to come back with the numbers. After your initial elevator pitch that you told about 60 seconds, once they're countering with you on numbers, if they ask you a certain figure that you don't have but you have access back home or
No.
there's no chance.
There's no chance. You are on your own. Once you get inside that tank, you are on your own. You need to be very thorough with your numbers. You need to be thorough with your business.
तो हमको तो मतलब वो 90 seconds के pitch के अलावा भी बहुत रटने मारने
बहुत prepare करने थे, बहुत preparation.
And we know it is very number extensive. See,
Yeah.
ultimately business does boil down to numbers.
Yes,
Of course.
yes,
So,
You
yes.
have to be really.
हाँ, so very so तो काफी रट्टे मारे थे कि वो Excels बना के you know कि because at that time the only best you can do is be aware.
Yeah,
If you're not there, then you really have a chance.
Who all were the sharks?
Kunal, Vinita, Aman,
Ritesh was also there.
Ritesh, and one more guy. Azhar.
Oh, Azhar.
Yeah.
Now, Ritesh must have been a great experience, right? Meeting Ritesh because he's from the same industry as you guys.
So Ritesh has a conflict of interest with us, with our business. So we knew that he couldn't invest. He was not able to, and
He was vocal on the show. He said it on your episode also.
He took social stays under his umbrella of. Were you like okay partnering with Ritesh?
They offered that.
They offered us.
कि हम outrightly will buy.
Yeah.
Not buy.
Not buy.
But we'll partner
Sell
and
it
some
under
whatever. They have a program they run for smaller hotel chains.
Yeah.
But ultimately they want to brand their name above ours.
I've seen the
It's like,
episode.
Oyo social stays.
Something like that.
Oh, so like a subcategory brand by Oyo.
Yeah, I don't think we were ready for that because it's a brand that we built with great interest and effort.
Yeah.
So I mean, Oyo, like it was not really an option for us. We explored it, but we didn't feel the brand synergy there.
And so, even though Ritesh showed interest, the other sharks were not.
Kunal also very interested. Kunal was very interested, but the only problem with Kunal was at the end that his thesis was not investing into hospitality.
The
And
thesis of his fund house.
Yes, he was very interested in our business and he was very impressed by Anubha. I would say that. But then again, we got unlucky in the way where, because we knew that Azhar, Vinita and Aman were not the right fit for us.
For you.
Right? Even in
Very
terms of
consumer based, not
Very
service based.
consumer
I said that quite
D2C.
blatantly, but that thesis is very clear.
You are a business. Now it's not your fault that the sharks sitting there are competing against your own business either. They should be like thoughtful about the fact that this business is pitching to these sharks and these sharks won't invest because of a conflict, right? So they should be presented to a different set of sharks.
Correct.
No, I would disagree with that. Having Ritesh on our panel made he was very
You got
effective in explaining our business to the sharks.
Yeah.
So for example, we
And you got a stamp of approval from him,
Yes.
which is going to create more trust and loyalty
So
for your
example,
brand.
we said something like, okay, so we said our properties are doing very well, our numbers are great. What are your numbers? Occupancy 60%. Arey, 60% occupancy to kuch hoti nahi, Vinita said. But Ritesh said, oh, 60%, that's great. Because he was coming from the industry.
Yeah.
He realized that in the location that we were, that 60% is a great figure
So
to
my
achieve.
question back to how
So
is
why he
someone
was
like
not an
Vinita
investor?
making such a
I'll-
random remark कि कुछ होती नहीं है? What is the
See,
benchmark?
yeah, that question, for example, that I would say कि ये तो general investors की बात हो गई अब.
हाँ.
आज इन्वेस्टर के पास जाते हैं हम, like आपके पास भी कुछ एक्सपीरियंस है, हमारे पास भी कुछ एक्सपीरियंस है, हमको भी लगता है कि हम किसको समझा रहे हैं अपना बिजनेस, इसको कुछ पता तो है नहीं.
There is a
चाहे वो
question.
analyst हो,
So the question can be like, oh, so what is 60% as per your industry standard? Not like, अरे 60% तो कुछ होती ही नहीं है. Where is that coming
So
from?
that is coming from because she was suddenly because she's comparing in her mind a city hotel was going on where a 90% occupancy is expected. A 90% occupancy is something that we are achieving in our Bangalore unit, but we can't achieve that in our Manali unit.
So it averages
But that
out.
perspective, so I felt like Ritesh was effective in that, explaining that what we are saying is correct to the other sharks. But yes, he was definitely not somebody who would invest in us.
So I would say, see, they only have a panel of 8 to 9 sharks, right? And they what they have to do is they have to distribute that panel in a way where that business is very suitable for, like you were saying, right? They're trying to do their best. So in our panel, Anupam was supposed to be there, but because he cancelled last minute, then Azhar came instead of Anupam. So that happens.
Okay.
In the end, Anupam would have been a better fit for us because he tend to invest in different kinds of businesses.
I've never heard from him that
Anupam
I have
and
confidence.
Kunal were actually
Conflict
people
of
that we
interest.
were really targeting.
We knew that there are only 2 investors which we can target and which can see that they should be able to give us funding. One is Kunal, second was Anupam. We were not aware of the Kunal's fund's thesis because obviously every fund has a thesis. And Anupam, he got cancelled last minute. Ritesh, we were aware of that he's not going to invest because there's a conflict of interest.
But he still gave you the stamp of approval, which is a very big thing for the industry. Because an
Yeah,
industry
definitely.
thought leader saying you're great, I can't do it because, XYZ, whatever, but a stamp of approval, I think, goes a longer way.
So let's talk about so the sort of investor and the funding process. So you guys, since you guys are committed to funding, you have received that, and
Yes.
all of that is gone.
Yes,
well for
the
you.
good part of the fund decided to actually give us the funding before even the show aired, because of the simple fact that we had already on show, we had gotten it. It was not aired yet. And they wanted to pre-fund it because they wanted us to be prepared. Wanted us to be prepared to make the maximum out of the traction that the show will get in terms of inventory, in terms of hiring, in terms of whatever back end, front end, whatever we want to add. So that way, I think the fund is very, very clear as to the fact that the founders are part of their cohort.
So that's great, huh?
Yeah, so there is a connectivity, there is a dialogue, there is always an open communication channel where we can reach out to them, they can reach out to us. They are constantly advocating and pitching for the brands in their circles. And of course, at least for me, I know that when now I am being recognized and people are asking, oh, we are also starting a fashion brand and we want to apply, I'm helping them out, go online and find them, write this, write that, fill up the form like this so that your chances are better, make sure this information is there. So that way I feel the fund is very, very sorted and very sort of grounded in the sense that they are not aloof from the founders, founders hi to hain. That attitude is not there.
But okay, there are pros and cons of both the shows, right? Pitch to Get Rich, Shark Tank, both have their own merits and demerits. But what do you think, for which kind of founder, which show is better?
I think for fashion-based entrepreneurs, Pitch to Get Rich is a great platform because it gives you a chance to tell your entire story, and it is more holistic in terms of the ways you can explain where you come from, what you're doing.
So if
plus the kind of mentors also, like the panel that is sitting on the jury.
for the fashion.
Yeah, I mean like Manish Malhotra,
So
Karan Johar.
So let's I want to compare this a fashion brand who's doing something like Philocaly, a fashion brand something like Snitch, right? But do you think somebody like Snitch who's doing fast fashion and who just want to scale fast, that for somebody like Pitch to Get Rich will be the right?
I think that's what I was that's where I sort of beg to differ. I feel irrespective of being in fashion or not in fashion, Pitch to Get Rich is for smaller scale brands that already have scale and are scaling at a very, very fast pace. I think they belong at Shark Tank.
Why?
Why? I would ask why.
Because of the simple fact that Pitch to Get Rich is sort of nitpicking on a lot of facets of the brand that at that scale you don't want to be out in the public domain. You would want to protect those sort of nitpicking methods. Like for example, there's this amazing brand called Numi. Their entire they have 12,000 SKUs, they are like 200 crores and they've raised funding. Their entire product catalog is managed by a proprietary ERP tech solution because all the 4 founders are tech background and they have sort of built that system. None of them are from fashion background. They don't even call themselves a fashion brand, but it's a fast fashion brand and they've got many stores in the online and like very good scale. I feel for a brand like that, where Shark Tank, they could just skim to the surface and say that this is our tech and this is what we do. The sharks will jump on it. I feel for Pitch to Get Rich, and at least for the current panel that was there, they would not be so interested in the tech, which is their USP. They would be more interested in the aesthetic, where they will lose their current audience also because there is definitely demand and they are selling like hotcakes. But because of, for example, a Karan Johar saying that, oh, but I don't like this shirt, because he is, he is more towards aesthetic, less towards the tech or that side of the technical side of the business. That's going to be bad for the brand instead of being better. Whereas at Shark Tank, I know all the sharks that are on the panel or empaneled, will love the tech. They will eat it up like breakfast and twice on Sundays. Whereas on Pitch to Get Rich, they will get lobbed up in, oh, your website is not that suave looking, or your clothes are very massy. Yeah. And you know, so that's where when you have that scale, like for a brand like Philocaly, which depends on aesthetic to differentiate itself from the market, great platform. I feel that if I would have gone on Shark Tank, I would have been eaten alive. Whereas here,
अरे आपका बिस्कोप कैसे करते हैं, आपकी तो OPEX ही बहुत high
हाँ,
होगी,
आपका तो
अरे
स्केल ही
आप
नहीं
कैसे
आएगा,
manage करते
आपका
हो?
तो स्केल ही नहीं आएगा, बिस्पोक तो स्केलेबल नहीं है, because
But you know,
traditionally नहीं है.
I agree with what you're saying, but of course, Pitch to Get Rich is only season 1, right? So the reach has yet to come.
Of course.
Yeah.
And Shark Tank, because it is a part of a much larger story, you know, so the reach is very much there. The audience is also different.
Yes.
Pitch to Get Rich is definitely an elite audience. I'm not
Elite and very age oriented. Like
and by Shark Tank, everybody watching Shark Tank is like one of
my
the-
grandfather and my grandmom have watched it. They cannot watch my own show because it is not airing on TV because they are not on OTT.
No, but even interest, like, you know, I watch Shark Tank even, so Shark Tank is also, not that we watch TV very much, but it's like family viewing.
Yeah.
So the children,
So
10-year-old can also watch and 70-year-old can
Also,
also
it's
watch.
not committal, right? You can just watch pitch to pitch. You can either skip a pitch, watch a pitch.
हाँ, मजा आ रहा है,
Here,
देखो, नहीं आ
you
रहा,
have to
interest
follow the
नहीं है.
entire story.
To make
So it's-
sense,
Yeah, to understand what happened in the last page, what happened in the last episode.
Yeah.
You have to watch the whole series.
Yeah, you have to watch
And
the
also
whole series.
somewhere down the line they forgot that a very big demographic of India and like content consumption is the 55 to 70 year age group, because most of them are retired, most of them are at home,
Also investors.
so Pitch to Get Rich can't reach them because it's only on OTT. A lot of this age group is maybe only on Netflix, maybe only on Hotstar, maybe only on Prime. They're not on all, and if they're on Hotstar, they're on Hotstar for cricket. They're not even concerned about
all
और क्या.
Sony to watch serials.
Yeah.
One of the magic of Shark Tanks that happened for us was, so we don't have a product that is immediate purchase, correct? So you know, you learn about our hotel, then our location, and when I plan a trip, then I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
So alright, so we didn't see that uptake, but we saw massive growth in our social media numbers, you know, website, all of the other factors. The other thing that we saw a massive growth in, so obviously you get investors interested in you, right? So we have this, franchisee form on our website, alright? For social stays, that would you like to
Franchise,
we are running on a mix, you know, we have some franchisees, we have some lease properties. So that form nobody used to fill. So we never really saw it. ठीक है? फिर हमारा एपिसोड रेज हुआ मार्च में. I think Shashank, one of us said, यार वो फॉर्म निकाल के देखिए, वो मई में कि उस फॉर्म में कोई आया नहीं आया. We had about 250 people with their properties.
Yeah.
That take our property. And we realized that is just, you know, because for us supply is also crucial, right? So we have to have the right property to convert that into a hotel.
Right.
So we didn't realize, but that comes from the massy audience.
Yeah.
Because see, a young, I'm not old enough to own a property yet.
And was it tier 2, tier 3? Like what is the
all
split?
over the place.
All over the
That's
place.
when we realized कि क्या reach है इस show की. जो भी season 4 तभी TV पे आया ही नहीं.
हाँ, सिर्फ OTT पे आया. तब भी इतनी reach है.
Some state in northeast,
कहाँ से हमारी फॉर्म भरे हुए हैं कि आप हमारी प्रॉपर्टी ले लो. So of course बहुत सारी conversations चल रही हैं, you know, some are almost there, not there, but that is a real reach, and because वो फॉर्म में सब भरना पड़ता है ना कि कहाँ से हो कहाँ से.
So high intent. अगर कोई इतनी मेहनत कर रहा है तो that is high intent. Those people are really interested. That's why.
You know, to have
So did you close any of those?
So we are we're still in process, but I'll tell you, even you know,
because the intent is there, maybe if the right fit is not there, then you don't.
Obviously, it takes time. For us
time,
also to close a franchise takes anywhere between 4 to 6 months. It's not like if somebody
Immediate तो नहीं होता.
immediate
नहीं
नहीं
हो
होता.
पाता,
The property scouting, then paperwork takes a couple of months, back and forth. Their lawyers, your lawyers, they're going at it. Finalization, fit out. So that's a 6 to 8 months process.
Yeah. And like the bandwidth भी होती है कुछ की, इतनी applications आ गई, like Anubha said, and even हमने उसके बाद एक ads भी चला दी, उसमें भी applications आ गई. My team was not able to reach out. मतलब if somebody is applying today, right? So I'm not able to reach that person in next 5 days because I don't have that money. Even if there are 3 people calling every day, every hour from my office, right? They're not able to reach that person who has applied yesterday. So that's the problem. Then what we decided that भाई ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा. आप प्लीज मेरे साथ मैंने 4 घंटे निकाले, 2 घंटे निकाले दिन के कि आप ये मेरा कैलेंडर ब्लॉक करवा देते हैं घंटे का, जिसकी इंटेंट इतनी और ज़्यादा. So then we saw that एक ईमेल गई, एक ईमेल शूट हुआ, मेरे 4 दिन का कैलेंडर ऑलरेडी ब्लॉक्ड. It's blocked. It's blocked. Like people are like, just now I want to speak to you for half an hour. Like let me tell you about my property. So it is that intent because people are like, especially in cities like I spoke to someone from Assam, I spoke to someone from Coorg, spoke to someone from Kodaikanal, you know. They don't have exposure. There was somebody from GB, like a beautiful tree house and like very lovely property, but they are not able to sell because they're trying the best property बना रही है, अच्छी बना रही है, सब कुछ चला रहे हैं वहाँ पे as a local, right? But नहीं है exposure. Booking.com पे Agoda पे 4,000 की बिक्री है, तो Booking.com पे 1,000 रुपए की बिक्री है. Customer confused है, property का price क्या है?
They don't know how to manage. So, but the Shark Tank definitely did this to us because then so many people realize कि अरे ये भी है. So, but उसके there is no beating in the matching the Shark Tank की outreach.
Absolutely.
Of course.
There is no matching
I think,
that.
that's also because it's a mature series.
Mature platform,
There has been the name recall is already there.
Yeah,
Shark
yeah.
Tank is an international IP, and it has come to India at a time where the whole ecosystem is booming. There are a lot of new entrepreneurs, and everyone's looking.
Absolutely,
See, I have seen so many people who tell me that funding is easy. Plus, trust me, in India में ना पैसा उठाना बहुत मुश्किल है. जितना लोगों को लग रहा है ना मतलब मेरे को इतने सारे लोग बोलते हैं नहीं अरे you have a great idea, you will raise money. No one is sitting with loads of capital to give you money. If that was the scenario, I think everyone would have raised a lot of money. But there are so many people sitting with so many brilliant ideas, they don't have the capital to execute it. So
Shark Tank is great.
Definitely.
Now, of course,
I want to summarize
maybe
this.
by next time we will have that idea buzz participants also.
Yeah.
Idea buzz.
If it lives.
We will have some idea buzz
But to summarize, so obviously pitch to get rich is only for people who are into fashion and lifestyle.
Yes.
Every
Other
other
business doesn't have
business
that.
entrepreneur is already shifted to Shark Tank. And even in fashion and lifestyle, people who want to build a large D2C company, with fast fashion or something like that, I think they should go for Shark Tank.
Yeah,
Where the differentiator is not aesthetic.
Yes. And people who wants to make something a designer-led fashion brand or a lifestyle
For
brand,
them, pitch to
it's
get
pitch to get.
Right.
That should be
Right. I think that's very aptly put. That's how I would also put it, yes.
So after pitch to get rich, what's the plan now? It's
No,
just
I want to
air.
get back to the 5th episode and I just want to quickly
we have
finish
not-
it.
we have not
Yes.
finished that.
You have done 4th episode, which
Let's
was
go
very.
to fifth.
So 5th was marketplace. I think 5th was a marketplace where everyone had to talk about the pricing of the product basically. So what they had done was they had converted the entire pitch room to a carnival, a marketplace
Like a fair.
carnival.
Like a fair, like an exhibition.
Like an exhibition where everyone had their shops. So they had like influencers coming in, the likes of Kamya Jani and
Vidisha Kaul.
Vidisha Kaul, and then Rahul Deama, the founder of Urbanic. So all these people came in. So what they had to do was they had to give you pitch coins, either for pricey, is your product pricey, or is it value for money, VFM. So yeah, I mean all these people were coming to like different shops. So every brand had their own shop, and these influencers had to come to their shops.
And you were judged basis what coins you have more. If you have more pricey, that means that your consumer is not finding you value for money.
Correct.
So the theme of the episode was value for money or pricing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So basis that you were judged and then you were asked questions. If you had more pricey, then where do you plan to put yourself? And the best part about it is that oftentimes in India, people confuse value for money for cheap. It
Correct.
sort of cleared the air for people that in fact one of the brands that was the most expensive of all the participating brands got
Value for money
a lot, because people found value in the price. Their average ticket size is a lakh plus.
Acha.
Oh,
So
But they
brand
were
was it?
able to
this was talking
justify it.
threads. Yeah, this was talking threads. So clearly they were able to justify it because they
Because
got
the brand they had
good
built.
value for money.
value for money.
No, they were selling like good products for a price. I mean, उस market में उस price पे कुछ मिल ही नहीं रहे. So definitely they were value for money.
Yeah. So that demarcation was very clear, very clear through that episode, where people who do not have the clarity of value for money and cheap, that was cleared out. So again, very innovative episode, very innovative challenge. And
Also, we had Gautam Singhania for that.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gautam Singhania was.
You went to his house?
We went to his house also.
Yes, we went to his flagship and his the Raymond house.
So he was one of the angels on this episode. So this was episode 5th.
Fifth, yeah.
5th, yeah. So
And sixth was the marketing campaign.
Yeah.
So you had to launch a new variant of your product, like whatever your product range is, you add a variant to it, let's say in the future, whatever you want to do, and you had to create 3 looks or 2 looks or whatever, and you had to create a marketing campaign, shoot it, edit it, and present it all in the span of 2 days. You were given 48 hours to make those outfits, shoot those outfits, edit it, show it. So that was.
क्या product बना?
So both of us, I think
Don't say socks.
So we introduced our women's footwear range.
Lovely.
Show.
Is that something you were working on?
No, I mean we had been thinking about it for a really long time, but when we got this opportunity to like launch a new category, and I think the show felt the right place to do it because see, anything you do, like any new category that you get into has to come out with a bang, right?
So
I think
great platform.
Correct. So show.
But who sells more? Women's footwear, men's?
I mean, when in our current
No,
split,
I'm just asking in general.
Market.
Why did you choose men?
yeah, because that was a category that was very underserved.
Underserved.
Yeah, no one was making like Abhi. I mean, you would get like 10 different places to buy like women clothing from, but men ka there will be still very limited people who are doing good stuff, right? It's always like that. And men are very quality obsessed over quantity. They are very obsessed. So like for men, if they like one particular brown chappal, they will keep buying that brown chappal
Again
forever
and
and
again.
again.
Huh.
Right? So we are
We
like
talked
that.
about it in that.
We are like that, right? So yeah, I mean, I thought that men's category is very underserved, but then I realized for this brand to actually make good numbers, I can't be cancelling out the 50% of the janta and the 50% which gets 300% revenue.
Yeah, which is maximum purchase.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it's the right time to actually introduce a women's collection as well. So we did introduce a small capsule collection on the show. Now we have a big range of boots. Currently.
What did you do?
We did bespoke women's wear too. So we added women's collection. This was something that we had been doing under the covers for a couple of years now, because I have a lot of friends who are lawyers. I have a lot of friends who are CEOs and VPs of big firms. Somebody's at Meta, somebody's somewhere, and they always need suits. And they were just tired of Marks and Spencer's, and because that's the only brand that is available in India that does suits for women. No other brand does it. You can now buy some things from Zara, but Zara's problem is more fashion plus a very specific body type. You know, not every body type can sort of fit into a Zara outfit. So they had been coming to me, and I had been doing it because we had the expertise. Just, you can call it lack of time or lack of sort of focus towards that. We were scaling our menswear section, but this show gave us the opportunity to add that. And we did a beautiful campaign where
lovely.
I
think the two campaigns, the Philocaly's campaign was one of the best on the show. I mean the way it opened up.
What was it?
So it was women's launching women's wear.
Yeah, so
collection,
it was like a play on the fact that we are a menswear brand. So when the ad started, you have to watch it to know it. But you know, it starts out by not revealing that clothing is being made for a woman, and then it sort of like zooms out, and then you see a man as in a master who's dressing up a woman, and then there's this like 3 power women just coming in.
For you, he's not doing justice.
Yeah,
All
not doing
this is
justice.
shot
Yes.
in 2 days.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
1 day.
1 day.
This is all shot in 3 hours.
Wow.
3 hours.
It's
So
all
even the
shot in
show is
3
putting in
hours.
a lot of production, like, you know.
It was
Yes.
crazy. I
Yes.
mean, the way. So, in fact, my campaign. So, 3 campaigns got a lot of praise. Shrey got all the buzzers in this episode. I got 5, and they held 1 buzzer just because they wanted to see me pitch more. They were like, "Okay,
That's
you are doing
is
so
that
well."
what they say? हाँ.
That's the episode you got your funding
Yes.
and you were out.
Yeah, we were.
And I
You
got
were
5
out.
buzzers, and the campaign that I did was a woman trading
They wanted
diamonds.
entertainment, nah? That's why they...
Glamour.
Yeah, of
They
course.
wanted
That's what he
entertainment.
was.
They were.
Keep the show interesting.
Yeah, keep the show interesting.
We-
And then there were only 4 founders left, right? And those 4 founders have to carry the show on their
so they
shoulders.
have to pace it out, huh?
They
Yeah.
need like strong people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are giving good content.
So yeah, my campaign.
मतलब
was
जो
also-
जल्दी निकला ना वो मतलब वो उनके लिए वो अच्छा नहीं था.
Yeah, I was happy getting all the screen time, to be honest.
Ah, why
the
not?
more I am on screen, the more I can tell people about the brand.
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, more content is always good
Yeah,
content.
Absolutely. At this point of time, absolutely. हाँ.
Of course.
क्या फिर क्या हुआ एंड में क्या हुआ?
So,
लास्ट एपिसोड क्या था?
7वां episode, 7th episode में this was speed business round where you were put into
Speed pitching.
Speed
Pitching?
Speed pitching नहीं था. I think it was more about disaster management of how if your business gets into a PR disaster or
How do
like
you
a
handle
fire or like a case, how do you handle that? So it was a
Wow.
it was a speed round around that with again industry veterans and journalists and people. So like every founder had to sit across 2 people and they were asking you questions, and based on how well you performed, they had to give you a card. Okay, so you were supposed to collect cards, and the guy who has the maximum card gets higher on the pitch table. So the 7th round had 7th and 8th was a common. 7th and 8th was common. It was divided into 2 parts. First was this pitch round. Second was a 2-minute pitch. First was this speed dating type ka angle, and the second was a 2-minute pitch in which we had to pitch to Saifali. So yeah, so
अच्छा, that was the last episode.
That was the last pitch.
this episode also had us
Fly to Goa on a private jet. That was
Achha,
my
this
biggest
was the-
regret for
Ah,
not
you
being
missed
able to
that,
make
So
it.
he's out.
Also,
in
you
6th.
oh no,
I
you
was
were
not
not
there.
there.
No,
Oh
I'm
no,
not there. I
you didn't
left
do
right
it.
before that.
He got out in 6th, and then he was like, what's happening? I was like, Shrey, we are flying to Goa tomorrow in private charter. So like, what the fuck? Like, why did you leave yesterday? You should have stayed. Like, what? It was not in my hands. I mean, मैं थोड़ी ना रुक सकता था. मैंने कहा, but you could have stayed. You could have told them that
They
you don't
planned
want
it in a
One
way
more.
ना चार्टर में उतनी जगह होगी.
of course. So yeah, we flew in a charter. So basically, Kalina. It's the first time going to Kalina, the private terminal, and bro, it is next level. That private terminal is crazy.
Must be, 100% must be,
I mean, the moment you get in, everything's paid for, and for us like planes. इकोनॉमी फ्लाई करते हैं जिंदगी भर इकोनॉमी फ्लाई. इकोनॉमी से सीधा आप चार्टर पे चले गए हो. अभी आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि यहाँ पे आपको वो नहीं होता कि ऐसे आप किसी को बैठा दो एक होटल में जाके कि हम
खाना
ऑर्डर कैसे
मिलेगा.
करना है, खाना फ्री है या पैसे देने पड़ेंगे आपको. तो
खाना मिलेगा.
but yeah, it was all paid for, and the terminal, and they had like one of the best cafes, and you could just look at the menu, ask them for anything, and later did I realize it was all free. I didn't order anything.
Maybe you be the Manish Malhotra of shoes now. Next in India.
Probably. I hope if I get there. But eventually, if I keep hoping the same for a very long time, I will be there eventually. So yeah, private terminal से हमने private plane board किया, और वो इतना छोटा सा plane VSR company. But it was next level. It was like one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life.
Totally. I mean, of course, like even Shark Tank, that 1 hour that we had, and you guys had such an extended time. They are like really game changers for you personally.
Of
Yeah.
course.
You know,
They change you as a personality,
Yeah.
they change your
Absolutely, yeah.
confidence.
I came out as a very different person. Now, like I'm more confident about talking about my brand. Otherwise, I used to personally find it boastful, and then I realized that it's not boastful. This is what networking is. If you will not tell people what you do, how the hell are they supposed to know,
Yeah,
right? Nobody has
absolutely,
the kind of time to take so much interest in your life that they're going to find you on socials and then see what you do and all that. No, the first gateway, which is why the challenges were also designed so beautifully, that the first step to showing what you do is to talk about it in 60 seconds. You know, I think Steve Jobs said it, if you can't explain it in 60 seconds, you're doing something wrong. And they designed it like that, you know, you have to be able to explain what you do in 60 seconds. And from there on, it's like a funnel up. It keeps opening, you keep showing more facets.
More aspects.
Yeah, more aspects of the brand, more aspects of your company, more aspects of numbers, product, service, after sales, reviews. Everything was out on display.
And it closed with a 2-minute pitch in the end. So.
And did they deploy all 40 crore rupees fund?
Yeah.
Yes, all of it.
all of it.
Every last penny.
So it was
Who got the
supposed to be a
highest round?
30 crore. It was supposed to be a 30
Banana
crore
Club.
fund.
Banana Club.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a 30 crore fund, which got later increased to a 40 crore
40
fund.
crore.
And as we were also talking about like a fast fashion business not being a part of, so Banana Club is an example of a fast fashion business. With
Same space as Snitch.
yeah, they
How much did they got?
12.5 crores
For how much?
They were the biggest.
for 5%.
5%.
So they raised at a 250
250
crore
crore.
on the show. Yeah.
And I think 12.5 is the maximum money that has ever been given on any television.
Yeah, biggest
not
check
just-
Shark
written
Tank with the
on.
whole
And
show.
how much was their revenue?
Their revenue
100
was 100
crores?
crores.
86.
But that's quite a good variety, huh? From 100 crores
Yeah.
to like, you know,
Yeah.
Similar.
Huh.
But Snitch...
10 to 100
Snitch-
crores
I
I
think
range that they had then.
Snitch got it at 300 crores and his revenue was also around 100 crores.
Yeah.
at that
Yeah,
time.
similar.
Similar, but,
Similar numbers.
More valuation for Snitch.
More valuation for Snitch, yes.
But I'm saying the variety at Pitch to Get Rich is quite a bit.
Correct.
Whether
Yes,
you have somebody
yes,
with 100
yes.
crore, you have somebody with 10
Yeah,
crore.
they were like
type,
bespoke brands. They were like
Somebody
footwear,
like no
accessories.
revenue, like there were
No revenue also
pre-ideation,
there.
like yeah, pre-revenue
Wo bhi tha.
ideas were there. Like there was this brand which had a great idea, but they had not started operations yet, so they raised like a pre-seed round with Pitch to Get Rich. The variety is great. I just feel that, like, my personal opinion is that I feel Banana Club is better suited for a Shark Tank
than
for Pitch to Get Rich.
Yes.
So now after Pitch to Get Rich, where are you guys headed?
I think
Although it's been a year and then, you know,
Yeah, I think our sort of trajectory is more towards opening physical stores. We, after the show, as you said, that you got so many franchise inquiries. The first thing that blew up for us were the franchise inquiries, and that is something that I have already done. So for me, it's a plug and play. I don't have to really work hard on it. My business proposals, my agreements, my terms, everything is set already.
If somebody wants to open a franchise with you, how much money would they want?
Anywhere between 35 lakhs to 50 lakhs is your capex, and we have franchise owned, franchise operated, franchise owned, company operated. We are also probing a JV this time, so we are open to all
Multiple.
types of business models. If
What's a
somebody-
JV?
joint venture.
JV is like a joint venture where
I
your
want audience.
so JV is like a joint venture where our company comes together with say your company, if you're like a prospective partner for us, because even our existing franchise partners and going forward, like the ethos of the company and ethos of what I have in mind is that I don't want to treat them like franchise partners. I want to treat them like partners. They are my growth hackers. If they are able to get me to new markets, let people try my product, because I am confident about my offering. If I'm able to reach out to a wider audience through them, then for me, I don't need a tech growth hacker. Those are my growth hackers. So I would rather invest that money in them than to invest anywhere else, which is why we've opened ourselves to a JV where we bring in capital, they bring in capital. Obviously, it comes post Pitch to Get Rich because now we have capital to invest. So we create like a company in that city, and then we do like 4-5 stores within that city, so to sort of monopolize the bespoke in that region for us.
And is there a timeline on the ROI you're promising?
Yes, 18 to 24 months. So we're also doing an MG model, which is a minimum guarantee model, because now we have like proof of concept. We have constant sales from most of our centers. So we are going to give a MG, which is a minimum guarantee, that this is the return on investment that you're going to get from day one of the store going live.
Wow, that's
So
great.
yeah. So we have that kind of trust in the market. We have that kind of trust for our brand now.
What about you?
So for us, I think the main part of the money has gone into expanding the team inventory. We are also strengthening our online operations in a more efficient manner, because our product is a smaller ticket.
You want to go to fast fashion
No,
B2C brand, or you want to?
We don't want to be that fast fashion brand right now. We are catering to a very nice segment of people who understand the quality of a product and want to invest in something that lasts for a really longer time. If you see all our products, they are super versatile, can be worn with like multiple outfits. And we don't make anything that's too loud, or you can, it's the repeatability has to be there. For us to launch any product, it has to be in the range where people can wear it with like multiple outfits and it lasts for a really long time. So yeah, I mean, we are planning to open one more store right now with the capital that we have, plus increase our range.
Where are you planning?
Gurgaon.
It's a good market.
We'll do a second store in Gurgaon.
But do you do like, for example, like season kind of fashion? Like for example, winters are coming, so you're doing more boots.
Yeah,
Or
I
men's
mean,
is like,
yeah, we don't launch collections. Mostly we try to drop a pair as in and when we feel that our collection has something that's missing. So like for say a high heel boot was something that was missing from our collection, so we introduced that. Now there are high heel Oxfords that men are looking for. So we've introduced that. Plus we are also expanding our women's footwear category. So we are working on that as well, because that's a different arm altogether, which requires the same amount of capital as
What's already
been done. Because you can't do justice to a brand by just giving 10 women's styles when you have 200 women's styles, right? So yeah, I mean, store, expanding the women's range and strengthening our online operations, plus content. Yeah. I mean, that's where the money has to be directed to, because if you are not making value-driven content, then you can't connect with the right audience, is what I feel.
Are you guys are also looking for investment in social stage right now, or?
Yes.
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 You're
We are-
open to.
Everyone is looking for
Everyone is
investments,
looking for
yeah.
investment, absolutely. So we have done what we have done at our own pace. So our company is also cash positive. We are able to, but what we feel is that so at this pace, you know, we'll open 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. That sort of trajectory will go on. But I feel we do feel that we have developed a good brand and a good following. So to be able to really cash on that, growth capital will be great. So like similar to what you're saying, right? So is it like 15 by the next 2-3 years,
Yeah.
or is it 15 this
So
year?
what's the current valuation you guys are at?
Our pitch was 30 crore rupees.
30 crores.
On a
but
revenue
but
of?
this is correct. So that time we were on a run rate of 6.6 crores.
Okay.
Now we are on a run rate of over of 10 crores.
10 crores.
Okay. So of course,
So
it
the
has-
40
valuation
crores
would have
now.
obviously-
So now
would
we're
have
looking
jumped
at 40
40
crores.
now,
Now we're looking at 40
4x
crores.
of.
Our sales have also, like, I think this year we are going to do triple the sales of what our numbers were at Pitch to Get Rich. So
Wow.
much are you doing?
Wow. Wow.
So last Pitch to Get Rich, we did, like, when I was pitching, that financial year it was 1.35. This year we are going to close anywhere around 4.5.
Excellent.
It's a good growth. Hai.
High
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah, amazing growth. Hai.
At Pitch to Get Rich, we were at 5.5. I think this year we're going to close in at around 11.
This includes the
Nice, we're all
franchisee.
very, very similar range
All.
businesses.
Yes.
Similar types, similar phases.
Also for us, me and Shrey, we also like pitch each other's brand like very often.
Yeah.
Our stores are very close to each other. Plus we
And
are also
good
thinking, it's a
plug-in.
good mix,
Synergy.
right?
Yeah.
What he's
Uh-huh.
selling, my footwear really works well with what he's making. His clothes really work well with what we are making. Also, the ethos of both the brands is versatile, timeless,
Yeah.
great quality.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone who's coming to his store comes to my store to buy shoes, comes to my store, goes to his store to buy clothes.
Yeah.
So, it's like we have a good synergy.
and
Nice
we have-
ecosystem
But now,
amongst both of you.
I want to put this to a summary for our audience, right? So anybody is looking for a franchisee in 3 different segments
Yes.
of businesses you can. One is menswear, one is footwear, and other one is hospitality.
Hospitality,
So
yes.
please put down your number.
we guys are open
We will reach out to
take
you.
New people on board who can add values to the Yeah, you have to be a strategic partner. You can't be just the one with the cash.
It's all about the interest, I think.
Yeah, you have to be interested.
Whom do you want to be partner
In
with?
fact, me and Shrey, we are also trying to pitch it as a joint venture where we are trying to pitch both the brands together as like a common JV, which you can be a part of. Say, like if you are from, say, Mumbai and you want to open up a store. So you don't just need a clothing store, right? You can have DMO and Philocaly together, and then it's a one-stop shop.
And it adds to the revenue, right? It sort of
excellent,
helps you get your targets much quicker because you have then a secondary auxiliary product to sort of also sell with the clothes, or if somebody's coming in for shoes, you can upsell the clothes or accessories to them. So it sort of becomes like a
collaboration is key.
Yeah.
Collaboration is key because ultimately both your audiences are absolutely the same.
Yeah, exactly. They are all looking for the same product. Also, again, it's something that connects between both the brands. The synergy is so brilliant that both of us stand for versatility, great quality, and comfort, and like something that you can wear like for a really longer period of time. So I think it's a good mix, and it's a good synergy for both the brands. And it's a good offer to the people who are trying to invest in us.
Right. So guys, welcome to this next segment, the scoreboard. So we are going to be pitching Pitch to Get Rich and Shark Tank on the same parameters. Let's see who scores what.
Exposure
8 on 10.
I think 8 on 10.
for me is 9 on 10.
Yeah,
Shark Tank.
I would say 10 on 10.
Investor quality
I'd say 6 on 10.
I'll say 7.
8 on 10.
7.
7 on 10. Founder support
6 on 10, I think.
6.
Yeah.
6 on 10.
4 on 10.
Yeah, 5. Not much.
Fairness of editing.
I'll say 9 on 10.
Yeah, I'd also say like 8 on 10. The editing
So
was
for
quite good.
us, I would say for sure 8 on 10, but not for everyone on Shark Tank.
No, but in general, I would say it's quite unfair. So 5 on 10.
Okay.
Because, we got lucky, but it's really a luck thing.
Yeah.
Stress level
Oh god, 10 on 10.
10 on 10.
20 on 10.
20 on 10.
Actual business value.
I'd say 6 on 10.
I'll say 8 on 10. I've
You
got
got
like,
the money. Come on, 6 and 10 is less.
I'll say 8 on 10 because I've got the money. Also, the content is good, so it's getting me more money.
Just because we were on season 4 and our season didn't air on TV, just because of that, it's 6 and 10. Otherwise, it would have been more.
Yeah, I agree. The business value of the show is 8.
I think we're still very new post the
Yeah.
show, so that's why I'm reserving my vote. Maybe long term the business value really increases, but so far it's been 6 on 10 for me, I would say.
So you are saying Shark Tank was more stressful than Pitch to Get Rich?
We are saying that.
It definitely sounds like that.
Yeah.
We had our own vanity, guys. Like
Yeah, I think our vanity made it less
less stressful. but-
And the private jet.
Yes, correct. Huh?
Yes.
the private jet.
Yeah.
I think it was good. It was a great conversation, and to conclude this, I'm so glad that I got to know so much about this new show, Pitch to Get Rich, which was really interesting, and I hope we were able to add value to anyone who's watching our podcast and our show.
Yes, and thank you, Shrey and Shanky, for being a part
Thank
of this
you.
conversation.
Abhishek.
You'll have to do that
I can
again.
be
So
Shanky also.
I'm also
I'll say it
Shanky.
again.
I'm
Huh.
also Shanky, that's fine.
Huh.
I think let's not say it again, but people know
But
me
now
by the
to-
name Shanky Abhishek
But
both.
if
So
you
whatever
Thank
they
you,
remember.
Shrey and Abhishek / Shanky for being a part of this show. And we've enjoyed this conversation. I think it was a fun conversation because these shows are so absolutely pitted against each other. So I think it is relevant. I'm sure everybody would love to hear all wonderful people talk.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. It was lovely talking to you guys.